Okay, welcome back to you knowing the Holy Bible and you knowing the scriptures, the stories, and the various books and all, and you know them for yourself. And woo, we are deep in this thing. We're in the story of Moses, and we're in the midst of the 10 plagues. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, like our January, okay? It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak you unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month shall they take to him every man's lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house, for an house. And if the household is too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto the house take it according to the number of their souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb, oh, by the way, lamb. And this is very important what he's about to do here and what he's saying and about to do. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year, and you shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Let me slow down here. Did you see that? And it shall, ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. This one lamb. And they shall take the blood of it and strike it on the 2 side posts and of the upper door post of the houses where you shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast it with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Okay. And you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remain of it until the morning shall be burnt with fire. And thus you shall eat it with your loins girded, and your shoes on your feet. And your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste, for it is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment, for I am the Lord. And the Lord shall be unto you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see this blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. You shall keep it a feast unto the Lord throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. Okay? Talking about the Passover now. 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Even the first day shall you put away leaven out of your house. 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. 16. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And in the seventh day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No matter of work shall be done in them, save they which every man must eat. That only may be done of you. And you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in the selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall you observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at night, in other words, you shall eat unleavened bread until 21st day of the month, at night. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whoever eats that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. You shall eat nothing leavened. In your habitation shall you eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord shall pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he sees the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. And you shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass when you become to the land which the Lord will give you according to what he has promised, that you shall keep this service forever. And it shall come to pass when your children ask you and say unto you, What does all of this service mean? What does all this mean? That you shall say, It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, and the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all of the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, and all of his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people, both you and your children of Israel, and go serve your God as you have asked. And also take your flocks and your herds as you have said, and be gone. And God blessed me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they may send them out of the land in haste. For they said, we will all be dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses. And they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels and silver and jewels of gold and remnant. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. The Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required. And they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot. That they were men on foot that were men besides children. Now, real quick break here. Remember, Joseph told him to go get dad and bring him down. There was only 70 people. Now here they are, 600,000 strong. Okay. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, and very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they had brought forth out of Egypt. For it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared themselves any victual. And now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. They were there that long, 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass that all of the host of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is the night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant is brought for money. When thou hast circumcised him, then he shall eat thereof. A foreigner and hired servant shall not eat thereof. In the house shall it be eaten, that thou shalt carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall you break a bone thereof. Wow. I'll explain in a minute. And all of the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when the stranger shall sojourn with you and keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised. And then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourns with you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. Okay. There's a lot there. Okay. Where do I even begin? So I got to go back up a little bit. And of course, this is the Passover, first of all. The Passover. And remember, the Passover has two meanings. The first meaning is what happened here that night when the Lord told them about it, and that night what they did, taking the blood from an unspotted lamb, getting its blood and putting the blood on the side post of the door and the lintel of the door. Okay, gotcha. All right, and this is the first part of this two part situation with the Passover. The first part being the actual doing of the blood and this and the other, and the angel, and that night the destroyer will come and pass through the town, pass through Egypt, and if he sees the blood on the lintel and on the side post, he'll pass on by you. Okay. A lot of children of Egypt a lot of children of Israel at this time thought that this meant that Passover of leaving Egypt and going free. That's what they thought, the first side of it. But the second side is much bigger than that. It's much bigger than that. The second side is the passing over of life and death, when the horror comes for Israel, that they'll be saved from the horror. This is passing over the horror. So it's so much bigger than just this directly coming out of Egypt stuff. That's one part of it, but it's much bigger because he's talking about this is going to be for generations and generations and generations to come. So you have to consider that as well. Okay? So now, okay, that said, so they did it. Now the second part of this also is when he talked about the stranger. Now I mentioned that in another video. The stranger. Who are the strangers? The stranger, they are the people who were watching all of this. People from Egypt, other Africans from surrounding areas, and all who were watching all of this, who saw all of this and wanted to give their lives to the God of Abraham. Even if they were there for all through many, many years and worshiping the false gods of Egypt, they got a chance to see that the false gods of Egypt couldn't compete with the God of Abraham. And now they want to give their lives to him. And when Israel goes free, they want to go and be with them and travel with them. And here he's saying certain places where if you do certain things like do not eat leavened bread and different things like that there, make sure that the strangers do not do it either. But more importantly, if the strangers want to do these things and participate in the things that Israel got going on, first of all, he's going to become circumcised. That's the first thing. And then he'll be able to do the certain things that the Israelites are able to do in regards to worshiping him. Now, there are going to be certain things as they travel on and the strangers are traveling with them. There's certain things that Israelites will do, and the Lord will say, you can't tell the strangers they can't do this. They're not even allowed to do this. And then there's certain things that they'll do that Israel will do, and the strangers, make sure the strangers do it as well. Okay? All right. So I wanted to make sure you saw all of that. Wow. Okay. And he also said that when you go to the land that the land that was promised to Abraham, which is Jerusalem, when you guys get home and get to the land you're supposed to be there, do this from now on. Do this from now on. Okay, and that's another reason why to let you know about that it has to do with death and longer than just this particular night. Okay, this is much more than just this particular night. All right, so we're going to come back in a minute and continue on. And now the children of Israel they're going free. And then tomorrow morning, the shofars will blow. And it'll be time for the freedom of Israel. After 435 years of slavery, now they get their freedom. Okay? Juicy story. But the real juicy stuff is yet coming. More juicy stuff. So take care, and we'll talk to you then. All right? Leave your comments below. God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye.